Previously on the FLOPTRAITORS. Harvey is no more, and he's been killed by the FLOPTRAITORs.
Jazz, I'm going to be open communication here. I am sus.
Oh,
I am.
oh.
She's getting a bit hot under the collar. There are 3 people that I am suspicious of. Numero uno, Jasmine. You said that you back Leanne.
I was a faithful legs.
Jasmine was a faithful legs. You threw her
Hey,
under
guys.
the bus. As Jasmine has been banished, we have to go for the next name in line. Meaning, Lydia, with her own sus, has got herself killed. Absolute cinema.
In the words of Gemma Collins, I don't want to play any more games. I'm not game there.
Day 5.
Oh my god, Lydia. Oh my god.
Oh, is it Lydia?
Lydia
Yeah.
isn't here. That kill last night on Lydia was done at the round table. I won't tell you how it came about. All I'm letting you know is it happened at the round table. Let that play on your minds as you have your conversations today. And this is the final round table. Just to reiterate, we do not stop voting people out until you all agree to stop voting. That's when you think you've got all the FLOPTRAITORs out. And we will reveal. If there's one FLOPTRAITOR remaining at the end, they take the whole pot of floppy bucks, 50,000. Here we go, everybody. Here we go.
You done me dirty, bro.
How did I do you dirty? You withheld information. No, yeah, exactly. So do you understand why that then threw suspicion for me?
Yes.
Right, okay, because at the round table you were like, no, that doesn't make sense. So why are you trying to throw me under the bus?
I think you latch on to like ideas and things, and I think you might overreact to certain things, as you kind of do.
Maybe it's if someone's talking and they did something, that means they want to kill them, the person talking. But that's quite ambiguous.
Why would they have decided Lydia as well?
Don't know.
Lydia came out and put sus on 3 people. So they could have killed her to put sus on the people she was sussing.
I'm like 90% convinced that it's Laura. Her face just then, when Flaudia was like, oh yeah, it was done at the round table.
Yeah.
I was looking at everyone's faces and everyone had a genuine contemplative look. But Laura's one just looked really fake.
If it helps, I don't think it's you.
Oh, thank you. There is sus coming on to you though, Laura. I think your reaction right now with the whole death and how Lydia's thing went was a bit like, it was a bit over the top.
Did you think it was over the top, or did Maria say it was over the top? Because I said hers was over the top.
Maria said it was over the top.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
I know. I've got me eye on Maria.
It's not me. I am not a flop traitor at all. I also feel though that like I'm so suspicious of everyone because I feel like you're so big brained. Like you could do any kind of play and you could be playing me right now and I don't know.
Did anybody say her name? Or like direct anything to her?
I think, because she puts us on Will for something, and then Will was like, oh, I didn't hear that, and then she said it again. So maybe did you make her repeat it, or?
Lads, this is going to kick off. Because I don't even know if they know how many are left. We obviously lost Lydia last night. How? We don't know. All we know is it happened round this very table last night. Did anyone notice anything? I don't know. The last thing I will say, for now, is, of course, this is the final round table. We will not stop voting people out for banishment until you all agree to stop voting. I will ask each and every one of you, even if, for example, person A says, I want to carry on, I still will ask everybody else so you know what people's intentions were. The floor is yours. Get talking. Good luck.
I didn't say it yesterday because I didn't want him to die, and I was going to say the only person I trust fully right now is Sam because of Leanne's shout. I didn't want to say it yesterday in case he was going to be killed.
Yeah, my sus on Sam is completely gone since round 2.
I don't know how they decided to kill Lydia.
When she was naming the 3 people that she thought you didn't hear what she said, and she had to repeat herself. So you asked her to say it again.
She just said my name.
Yeah, and then you didn't hear it, and I was like, that's the only thing I can think of that was out of the ordinary. And
I thought other people didn't hear it as well, but okay.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. If you can make someone repeat themselves and they die, I don't know.
I was saying to Tony that I'm still quite suspicious of Laura. Just because at the begin, I mean, all of the other things I've said, but also at the beginning when Claudia told us that Lydia had been murdered for a suspect reason, like it happened at the round table, I was looking at everyone's faces and everyone looked genuinely contemplative, except for Laura. And Laura had this like fake contemplative look on her face. Like I was looking at your face and I was like, I don't think she's being serious.
How did I look?
Like, I can't do it.
Give me an example.
It was like,
she is an actress. I think she'd be a bit more conspicuous than that.
You think so? I don't know, but
I want to hear from Tony as well. Sorry.
I'm sus of Maria. I'm sorry. I think that what we discussed in the rooms. I think that you jump onto ideas. I think that whatever I was kind of suggesting, you were jumping on. Yeah, it could be that, or it could be like I don't know. So that's the only thing I'm going off.
I think it's. I do agree. I still think it's Maria, because also your point in sus at me again because of my reaction, which is what I was saying about you last time, and then also conveniently you had no reaction this time. You purposefully changing the way you were acting.
I also want to say.
What didn't I have a reaction about?
When Lydia was revealed, you made a little joke. You were there. You didn't go, oh my God.
Well, obviously, because I'm not going to turn around and go, oh, Lydia's gone, because you lot all thought I was suspicious for saying it first. So I was like, I'm not going to say it first this time.
You actively changed it a lot. It was like,
yeah,
I'd like to hear what Tony had to say before he was interrupted, actually.
The other suspicion is, and it might be because it's just of it being random or it being a gift of Leanne saying Will's name before she left, rather than Sam's name, who was like, pushing her to get out and found out of the round table and stuff like that, and myself. Why didn't she vote for either myself or Sam?
Every reveal on the final night is going to be anonymous. As in, the people will say their say, and they will not reveal what they are. They can say goodbye, a parting word, but they won't say if they're a flop traitor or a faithful legs. It's up to you guys to decide when you will stop voting. You believe, as you just said there's two. Please get your names written down for the first vote on the final night. You, Maria. Who are you voting for and why? Laura.
Yeah. Just, I think you know why.
Also going to vote for Laura. Just, had an instinct of it and sticking with it.
2 votes for Laura out of 2. Tony, are you going to vote for your wife? Or are you going to vote for somebody else?
I went for Maria.
2 votes for Laura, 1 vote for Maria. Will, who have you voted for and why?
It really was going back and forth now. Because of the Lydia play, I was thinking of who it puts us on. But I like last time, I wanted to go with what my earlier suspicion was, so Maria.
That's 2 votes for Maria, 2 votes for Laura. The only way Maria survives this is if Laura has changed her vote to somebody else other than Maria. Laura, who have you voted for and why?
I voted for Maria. I just think she's been too suspicious.
Your own sister. She's voted for Maria. That's 3 votes to 2. Unfortunately, you haven't made it through day 5. Please, can you say your parting words, but do not reveal your role?
Thanks. I don't think the redemption arc was successful this year, but maybe in the future.
Was she one? Was she not one? Maybe you want to read into what she said. Maybe you don't. But the conversation continues on again. The floor is yours.
Who are you stuck between, Will?
It's between the husband and the wife. That's the problem.
But you said you were really torn voting for
I was torn because the 2 versions of events could be either it's Laura and Tony and they wanted to put sus on Maria and myself by killing Lydia, or it's Maria and she killed her because she was sussing her and she wanted to go to the final day with one less person sussing her. That's the only way that's the way I was thinking about it. It's one of those 2 possibilities.
If it helps at all, I want to ask the suspicion on Laura and why, because I'm trying to understand as well, because I understand there's been heat on her.
Yeah, my thing has been from the Leanne thing, and I feel like she's been very composed, very like aware of what was going on. Even when something chaotic like Leanne happened, it was very much like.
She did have a bit of a shouting match with Maria, but
hardly. I thought I don't know.
I was genuinely confused. I was just trying to process the way you described it happening, and I wanted to make sure I understood it correctly because I didn't see what happened. If the reason why Lydia was killed was to put suspicion on other people, that makes me think it's not Will, because the suspicion would have been put on Will, and I don't think it's Sam. My mind is going towards Tony at the moment because there was a lot with Jasmine.
That was the thing. Yeah, Jasmine's the only thing that's pushing me that way.
Final statements.
And Tony was the one that successfully got her out.
I raised in the rooms. I apologised about that. It was the wrong call. I made a mistake.
Write down who you want to banish next. After this vote, I will ask the remaining players whether they want to carry on voting or not. Starting with you, Laura. Who have you voted for and why?
It's really hard at this point because I don't know. The biggest suspicion I have is just what I mentioned at the end there. So I'm going to go with Tony, my love, my life. I'm sorry. I think you're a flop traitor.
One vote for Tony. Sam, who have you voted for and why?
I'm still voting for Laura based on my previous assumptions.
So I was suspecting Will. However, Laura was quite defensive of Will that last round, and I think she's given herself away. I think it's Laura.
You have the deciding vote. Who are you voting for and why?
I was trying to think of the numbers. If there was 2 left, Maria, I'm hopeful that she was 1. If she was, it was between Laura and Tony, in my mind. If they're both traitors, it wouldn't have mattered either way. We'll just have to make sure the vote was right. But I don't think it was Laura. I think it was Tony.
Meaning, we have come to a 50-50 split. In this scenario, I'm going to allow Laura 30 seconds to speak and Tony 30 seconds to speak. Sam and Will, you will discuss together and you have to come to a joint decision on what person you are voting for. So Laura, your 30 seconds begin now.
I genuinely do think Maria was a flop traitor, and I think, Sam, the reason that you voted for me is because of the Leanne situation earlier on, and I was genuinely didn't see anything, and I was just trying to clarify and understand what that process was in my head.
The reason why I went in for Jasmine is because everyone's going for Hamish, but I was stuck to my own kind of thoughts of that. I didn't want to be a sheep and get carried away with all the banter and the silly rounds that happen at first where people are just doing shits and giggles to get out. I think Laura has given herself away with defending Will, which makes Will quite suspicious as well. I think they're both traitors, and I think Laura should be leaving and not me.
I said it earlier in the game. The reason I'm doing these votes the way I'm doing it is because of how people vote, and most people were all voting the same way.
I think Maria and Laura were going for each other, and if we think one of them's definitely a traitor, then just kill them both.
I'll agree with Sam.
Laura, that means your time on the show is over. Please say your final words, but do not reveal your role.
It's been an absolute blast. I've had a lovely time spending all this time with you. I didn't think I'd get this far. Thanks for having me. And I hope the right people win.
Now, the moment of truth. This is a big moment now. You've got 2 people out. You thought there were 2 flop traitors. Because Tony just survived, I'm going to start with you. Tony, you survived by your skin of your teeth. This is where I ask you, do you want to continue voting, or do you think you got the flop traitors?
I'm going to choose to continue voting.
Okay, and just for the knowledge, I'm going to ask Will and Sam the same question. Will?
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
Continue voting. The floor is yours. You've got approximately 2 minutes to talk to each other. Then I'll be asking you for what will be your final vote.
May I begin, if that's okay?
Yeah, sure.
The theory of the husband and wife is a probability that is so outrageous it can't be true if it's randomized by whatever Floppy has been doing. I think that's outrageously unlikely. I think Will has played an absolutely blinder of a game. I think that your theory, Sam, of maybe Will asking Lydia to repeat herself could have been the nugget to get her out, to kill her.
Well, the odds don't matter. Your husband and wife odds. I mean, odds don't know. You know, it's just as likely for any pair. I said I would have to vote again because I can't rightfully say, because there's no confirmation. I feel like I have to go with it. I just don't feel like Sam would call Leanne out for going into the round table. So I want to vote Tony.
My only thought on that is Tony it could have been a very tactical thing to kind of come in after me on Leanne and then just like have that shield.
I believe we've spoken enough. This is, if you haven't worked out, the final vote. You can't vote when there's only 2 people left. Please write down who you're choosing to banish tonight. Just to be clear, there is a world where you've already got all the flop traitors out, and right around this table right now are 3 faithful legs. Or is there still 1 flop traitor remaining?
My vote is for Will. I think he's played an absolute cracker of a game. And I think there's that little bit too much sus towards yourself.
Based off of all the votes, previous rounds, the discussions people had, the accusations, and also just because I couldn't consciously go to the end with him as well. Sorry, Tony. But
after 12 contestants, 5 days at the round table and at the castle, it all comes down to this very vote from you, Sam. Who have you voted for and why?
Well, I had to get into bed with one of you, and I think just based on my suspicions and what I've been going through on these 5 days, it's been a journey, guys, but I've voted for Will.
That is 2 votes to Will, 1 vote to Tony, meaning Will, you have been banished. Just like Maria and Laura, please say your final goodbyes, but do not reveal your role.
I had no thought at any point I'd make it to the end. I thought I was either going to be killed, recruited, or voted out at some point. I got voted out at the end, but man, well played.
We have 2 people remaining. There was 50,000 floppy bucks up for grabs. If you are unaware how the show works, if there is 1 flop traitor still sitting at this round table, they will win the pot and the flop traitors will win. Did they vote out all the flop traitors? Were there 3? Were there 2? I'm going to go to you, Tony. I want you to say a few words. Then I want you to reveal to everybody and Sam what your role was.
What a journey, Sam. From like suspecting you at first and actually coming through to being the finalists. Yeah, bro, what a journey. Absolute pleasure. I can proudly say that I am a faithful legs.
And Sam, can you do the same?
Only what a journey we've been on, and you know, I feel like we haven't been strung along here at all. It's been great. We've just graced this pitch and made it our own. And I can happily announce that I too am a faithful legs.
They've done it, everybody. They've gone the whole way. 25,000 floppy bucks split between you. You both won.
We're rich, Tony.
You sussed them out along the way. Well done. Who do you think out of those final people were the actual flop traitors?
Yeah, I think Laura revealed herself right at the end. Laura and Will.
I can reveal you were correct. It was Laura and Will the whole time. I will let you know even more information. They chose to recruit Leanne, and then Sam, rightfully there, spotted the fault from Leanne entering the wrong room at night. And then the final thing was, how did Lydia die? Well, the final reveal there to you guys was, it was absolute cinema. It was the first name to be said at the round table that night was going to be killed. Lydia calls out Jasmine. Jasmine's banished. So I had to go for the second name that was said. Jasmine called out Lydia back at her. So Lydia killed herself by calling out Jasmine in that moment. But you managed to go the whole way. Congratulations, you two have won 25,000 floppy bucks each. I very much appreciate your time. I appreciate all the other cousins' time as well.
It was blast. Thanks for doing it, Florida. Wonderful.
Thank you. Wonderful stuff, Mr. Florida. Amazing.
You know it makes sense. Come on, the faithful. Yeah.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. How's that?
Yes! Get in there! Yes! Yes! Come on!
My brother's like